chaos, there is also opportunity.
Well, I don't know how this happened. I do know how it happened. It just sounds better for the intro if I say that I don't. Now, as a lot of you may already know, I recently collaborated on a beefy project with Cat. Now, if you don't know who that is, she is a YouTuber that has very quickly grown to over 200,000 subscribers in the past few months. That is mostly known for her original songs about the Dream SMP, which is a Minecraft server full of popular streamers and YouTubers in a roleplay format. The interesting thing about Cat that separates her from others is her ability to pump out song after song like a machine, which I guess is pretty normal until you see how consistently and unnecessarily high the production is on every song released almost every week, all done by herself. I pray for this girl's sleep schedule. If you're familiar with my channel, especially in the last 4 months or so, then you'll know that I myself have done a handful of Dream SMP related songs, album coming soon, that I'm fairly proud of. And then I compare them to how many more she's done in that time period and how much better they are, and I cry. All jokes aside, Kat is a super talented and hardworking individual, and I have a copious amount of respect for her. Voices is the song in question. If you haven't heard it yet, I'd recommend you go do that first. There'll be a link in the description and it'll be on the end screen. The song is centered around Technoblade's chat. If you don't know what I mean by that, you know when you're live streaming and there's a chat on the side where people chat. In context, it makes more sense, as in the lore of the Dream SMP, Technoblade refers to his chat as the voices in his head, as to keep himself in character. Okay, from now on, I'm gonna assume that you've heard the song already and that you have basic knowledge of Dream SMP, so I don't have to keep explaining everything, as I have a very busy schedule of procrastinating from everything and being a lazy piece of shit. Now, a question you might have is, how did everybody get involved? She did a post on her community tab saying she needed people for the project, and we applied. And then she was like, yeah, go on. This sounded much cooler in my head. Get it? Because like, I saw a lot of comments asking about how the song was recorded, and it's basically Kat sent us a Google Drive that included the instrumental along with our own vocal recordings, so we knew the melodies and how many tracks to record for each segment. You get the idea. I was hyped. This popular person that makes quite chill and synthy music, I'd soon be doing a song with. So naturally, I was expecting to hear something along those lines. So you can imagine my surprise when I didn't realize the volume on my headset was at max and I'm met with... As you can tell, I was quite frankly gassed. It was like one of those anime intros, it was so cool. I spent the rest of that day trying to record the vocals and my voice was just not having it because I lost it almost immediately, so I just sat there in shame. Though I sounded more gravelly, I used that to my advantage to record the chanty parts of the song while doing my best corpse husband impression. Blood, blood, blood. Out of pure piss babery, I got mad and left it for a few days. I took my time, channeled my energy, and did my thing. I did it. I don't know why I'm overhyping this as much as I am. But with that done, I yeeted over the files and that was that. Now we were just playing the waiting game. 70 people were on this song, right? And each person had to record about 6 to 8 individual tracks. Let me put that in perspective. Kat, as far as I'm aware of, does all the music by herself. So she had to listen to every single voice clip from every single person and arrange them all and go through all the usable and non-usable takes. She showed us that the final version had roughly around 350 concurrent tracks, and she got all that done in less than a week. She also posted 2 other songs in that same week. Teach me. Bearing in mind, she also had the instrumental 100% finished when she sent it to us. I was expecting like a work in progress demo, but she doesn't move like that apparently. Now all that said, the song was practically done. There are a few rough mixes and alternate versions, but it eventually came around. More on that in a minute. But now, all it needed was a name. Yeah. Throughout this whole process, the song didn't even have a title. It was just Project Blade, which in of itself sounds very sick on its own. But we all took a vote and agreed on it being called Voices. A simple title, but very fitting for the theme of the song. A few days later, Kat previews us a teaser trailer that she made. She pointed out that she almost preferred the music that she made for that than the actual song. So when I first played it, I was focusing more on the music than anything else. But then something seemed off. The voice in this trailer sounded awfully familiar. I wish I could somehow recapture the mental gymnastics my brain went through in that brief moment, but I couldn't do it justice. I must say, I was very surprised, hyped, and stressed that my voice was being used in the trailer, and therefore the opening of the actual song. As up until that moment, I had no idea. The last mix of the song she sent beforehand used a completely different person in quote, so I was a little caught off guard. If you don't know what I mean by different quote, the opening line I say in the song is from a book titled The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Now, I can imagine you probably would have thought that I was asked specifically to do the intro because I'm just so well known and me and Kat are just totally best friends like that. As much as I wish that was the case, no. Everybody was instructed to record a quote they felt fit the song. So I just played it safe and recorded the example quote she sent us. And she liked it, apparently. Another thing you're probably wondering is, oh, your voice sounded so cool in the intro, but I'm hearing you talk now and you don't sound half as good. Firstly, ouch, but that query has a simple answer.
Lies and deceit.
I don't know why you'd want to, but if you want to do your best intro impression, here's a quick little lesson. You basically make your voice a little deeper, put downwards inflections randomly, end every other word with a gravelly exhale, and do your best Thor impression on top of that. And you've basically got what I did for the intro, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, then the song was released and here we are. I did a live reaction to the premiere that you can find on my Clips channel. If you want to hear me squeal like a little girl. At first, I didn't really think much of it. I was like, cool, this fan project I've been working on was finished. Now I can move on and work on the next thing. Over 1 million views in 5 days, 13 on trending, became her 4th most viewed video. I got like 1,000 subs. What? I probably should have predicted something like that, but I'm just so used to things I do being more casual and under the radar, which sounds a bit sad, but you get a little numb to it after a while. It still hasn't really sunk in that I'm part of this, because thinking that the first thing everybody sees when clicking on that video besides the artwork is my name is just so cool. Like, even if I go back into irrelevancy after this, I can remember my literal 15 seconds of fame. It is a very minimal flex, but I will take what I can get. I didn't know until after the song had come out the kind of people that were on the song. There were some creators that I was already watching and were subscribed to that were involved with this. I was secretly just fanboying over my own work colleagues. That is how professionals would state it. And that I am. I want to quickly talk about the reach this song has had, because there's been some reaction videos, which is like a dream come true for me. Jack Manifold almost failed a You Laugh, You Lose because of me.
All warfare is based on deception. It's always on the verge. It said all warfare
Is based on 2 separate occasions.
All warfare is based on.
Which just baffles me. This is so awesome. I've seen a lot of other comments asking whether the song is going to be on streaming services or not. And Kat has said on Twitter that it will not be due to the legalities of all 70 people needing to receive equal royalties for their part. Which honestly, I don't blame her because that sounds like a pain to manage. But Kat, if you're watching this, you know, we can always sign like a contract or something. That means we don't get paid, because I certainly don't mind. I'm pretty sure the others wouldn't as well, because at the end of the day, we really didn't do that much work. Before you ask, I have full permission from Kat to talk about and show all the material used in this video, so don't worry about things like that. And if you thought Kat was actually gonna be in this video, No. I did ask her if she wanted to do a little interview for this or something, but she didn't respond. Probably for the best. I did think about it and it would have been quite funny, but I am very intimidated by that woman. She radiates a kind of power I am too mentally incapable of understanding. It's probably because she was already releasing another song. What the fuck? There's a high percentage that you probably aren't subscribed. Bye.